Good morning. My name is Dale Tompkins, president of Code 3. Thank you for spending some time at our booth this morning, and I hope you have a great IACP. I wanted to accomplish two objectives this morning in the next 10 minutes. One, to sort of showcase a new technology that we launched in June, as well as unveil a brand new light bar. First up, vLink, remote vehicle control. It's new to the industry, new to the world. This has been increasingly popular and interested not only domestic customers, but also increasingly international. So we wanted to showcase it right here in front of you. vLink is comprised of a vLink controller, vehicle, any vehicle, police or otherwise, and a vLink app. The combination of all three of those is the vLink system. The way to think about vLink is along a context that most law enforcement professionals already understand very, very well. And that is safety and control. You have more safety and less safety when you know it, and you have more control and less control as well. For decades, Code 3, as well as many industry providers, have been able to provide you with control and safety through the lights and sirens and other technologies. The way to think about vLink is in contrast to lights and sirens, it's more control and more safety, not 5% more, 2 to 3x more control and safety than you had before. Three major breakthroughs with vLink, all patented. First major breakthrough is for the first time in the industry's history, there's a range of control up to 300 feet away from your vehicle. So now you can put that, your control in the past has been relegated just to the front seat of the vehicle. Now it extends out a full American football field to be able to control your environment around you. Rather than take my word for that, let's just walk through one example of how vLink is being used today by an officer in Kentucky. Here it's a scenario and we're using it from a field sobriety test.
When I start pulling over somebody, I activate all my emergency lights from inside the vehicle. I'll walk up to the car, ask them for their information, and then if I notice they got signs of impairment, I'll go ahead and have them exit the vehicle, and then we'll start field sobriety. A lot of people say the lights are bright, the blue lights bounce and stuff, it messes them up. So they say they can't hold their balance and stuff, so I don't mind cutting the front off, but I'll leave the rear on so that way somebody knows that I'm still out there and come up on us. By using vLink, it allows me not to go back to the car. I can just grab my smartphone and take the blue lights and take them off in the front so it doesn't mess up their field sobriety. That way I don't have to turn my back on the subject to adjust the lights. vLink's a fantastic tool. It allows us to do so much without going back to the car for officer safety. Everybody has smartphones and you normally have it right there on you, and I can control anything with my siren from using my smartphone.
So that was Officer Fitzner. I encourage you can look at a number of other scenarios that we have over at our kiosk there. It's an interactive kiosk. You'll see other scenarios in terms of how vLink is being used in the field today. 10 different sort of scenarios, as well as going onto our website as well, c3vlink.com. In any sort of YouTube browser, if you type in Code 3 and vLink, you will come upon the different scenarios and how it's being used today. The second major breakthrough is no internet connection. Whether it's the Pocono Mountains here in this state, to the Middle East desert, to the Sydney streets, you do not need an internet connection to use vLink. That's good for a number of reasons. Number one, we've all had the inability from time to time to be able to not connect up to the internet. We wanted to make sure our law enforcement professionals did not run into that problem, wherever they were in the world. Increasingly, you don't want Bill or Jenny at home, these high school gangbangers, and trying to get in there and start controlling your system. So we wanted to make sure that that wasn't happening. So an internet connection. Third major breakthrough is a user-configured menu. Here's a standard default that comes standard with the load on any of the three variations of vLink. Level 3, air horn, arrow stick control, right on down to a siren head. So it's user configured. You can adjust it to however your municipality or you see fit, whether you're left-handed, right-handed, or want to emphasize canine release, whatever that might be. You can have door release and trunk release, gun release, and canine release. And the canine release in the US is fairly important, very, very big in the UK as well, and we're beginning to use it in that regard. Another customizable opportunity is you can use the standard default, but if you hit the siren control head, you also get a Z3 siren controller that pops up in the view, or an RLS siren controller. Those are 100% active surfaces. So if you've gotten the context, you understand that tactile feel, where to use it. Increasingly, we see more and more of our customers use that default. So if you hit level 3, the level 3 comes on. If you just touch the arrow stick there, the arrow stick moves around as well. We wanted to make sure that we put in the hands of law enforcement professionals this capability regardless of what your current system or setup is. So regardless of what current lighting supplier you might have, we have a universal version of vLink which works with any system in the world. So we built the universal piece and you're able to have that increased level of control, safety, and configurability. What's it going to cost me? Probably perhaps one of the most compelling features of vLink. Fleet user price, $249. But at this trade show and running through Friday, we wanted to emphasize and put it in the hands of an increasing number of people. So we have a promotional price of $169. What you get for that obviously is the vLink box and the controller. We'll walk through that technology at any given point in time. What I will point off is here's Roger Miller, Chief Technology Director for Code 3, the brainchild behind the technology. He'll be available at the kiosk or on our vehicles here, and you can use that as you see fit. So it's putting more safety and control in your hands by remote technology. vLink is one of those examples of where we think Code 3 is lighting the way in terms of where technology and increasing mission effectiveness and security in your hands.